spark of inspiration is at the heart of all creation.
Spark a dream that we're meant to follow.
You're listening to the Extra Magic Hour, brought to you by Walt's Apartment Podcast and the Diz Insider. Join the team in the studio as they bring you the spirit of Disney through park news, history, and tips and tricks to make your Disney Parks vacation even more magical.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Extra Magic Hour. We are recording live. Recorded? I don't know. It's been a while since I've been in the director's. We are here on 4th of July Eve, and I am one of your hosts, Joey, and I am joined by my two favorite sisters, Courtney and Kelly. What's up, ladies? How you doing?
Doing good. Ready for the 4th of July, break. Almost vacation.
Little 3-day weekend.
Nice. And I'm just going to apologize in advance. I think there's a little lag at a little bit, but we'll try to work through it. But if you're watching on YouTube, we were joined by a special guest, Chip, the Disney Studios adopted dog. So
adopted dog. Yeah.
What's up, Chip?
And he was barking, so I was like, maybe you just come sit on my lap while we do this.
We've had the early fireworks around our house, so he's been quite a pain, but he's good.
Well, that's good. Yeah, that's been going a lot around here a lot. And speaking of fireworks, I'm going to do a little bit of a audible here before we get to our topics. We got a loaded show for you guys this evening, but since it is 4th of July this weekend, I just thought I'd ask, have you guys gone to the parks during the 4th, or do you have any?
We have not gone to Disneyland during the 4th. We have gone to Universal on the 4th.
Actually, I don't think it was exactly on the 4th, but I went.
Oh, nice. What do they got going there?
They were still doing the fireworks. Oh, I went to Disney on the 3rd, not the 4th, but they were still doing the fireworks at one time.
Little choppy. Could you repeat that? I'm sorry.
I said I've been to the Disney parks on the 4th of July. Kelly hasn't, but I have. Oh no. He decided.
Well, nice. Well, I think the only thing I've done park wise was Great America over here in the Bay Area. We went there for 4th of July, and they had a really cool fireworks show. So, but it was years ago. I was still in high school. But since we do celebrate, we love our 4th of July here. Disney put out this really cool video, and something that I really love that they do at Disneyland. And being that we're getting closer to the 70th, Disney posted this video about a 70-year tradition that is holding strong. So let me show this. Hopefully you can see this on our YouTube, but this is a great video kind of showing the history of the flag retreat at not just Disneyland, but also the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World. So just check. It's a really short video, so check this out real quick.
For 70 years, every single day, Disneyland has honored veterans with an American tradition.
It's the most beautiful country in the world.
The ideals and the dreams that have created America.
This is where heroes work. This is where veterans are celebrated.
Thank you, Walt. I'm delighted to be here for this happy occasion.
This is Disney.
So I am not gonna lie. It's something I try to do as much as I go. It's a big tradition. I watch it with my dad and my friends. So, have you get dumb question, but have you guys caught a flag retreat at all? Or
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely
very cool.
have watched it a few times. It's been fun.
It's very
Yeah,
it's
I've
very
been
nice
wanting
to
to.
do it.
Yeah, I've been wanting to go during like Veterans Day because as much as they go every day, they really go extra during Veterans Day where they have cast members and they can either show up in their uniforms or a military, the fancy one. So it's very cool. So, no, I just love that they show that video that they do. But before we really get going with the topics here, let's go to one of our first breaks. One of our sponsors, Sunken City Designs, our boy Lou, and see what they got going on. So take it, Kevin.
Sunken City Designs brings you art. Do you like art? I know I do. How about art based on Disney characters, like Mickey Mouse and the Oyster Thieves? That's actually from Alice in Wonderland, the best princess movie ever made. Also, we have some dwarfs that have their heads ripped off sometimes. Why? I don't know. It's because it's Sunken City Design. So go there, sunkencitydesign.com. Get yourself some great merchandise. You got posters and, I believe, clothes. Who knows? I got a cup from there, and it's fantastic. Do you like cups? Do you ever use those? I do. Go for it. Oh yeah, sweatshirts. Can't forget about those. If you're ever cold, get yourself a sweatshirt from sunkencitydesign.com. Also, Wall-E. That's the best movie ever made. Second only to Alice in Wonderland. All right. If you also like Walt's apartment, they have merch for that too. Where? sunkencitydesign.com. Hopefully you've already loaded up that site and you're looking at it and you have some items in your cart. Go ahead and check out as soon as you can because the show's about to come back on. All right, everybody. We appreciate you.
Yeah, definitely check out Lewis's art, this website. Get yourself, it's hot outside, so definitely grab yourself a tank top. You don't need a sweatshirt right now, and get some of his art. It's awesome. So kind of going back to the flag retreat, just around the corner from the flag is the Disneyland Opera House, and it's got a new look. So Courtney, what do they got going on over there?
Yeah, so they have a brand new marquee that has been installed on the Opera House, and now it says Opera House now featuring 2 dramatic theater presentations, A Magical Life of or Walt Disney, A Magical Life, and Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. But
Yeah,
I
and
think
this,
when it
I mean,
first starts, it'll just be Walt Disney, A Magical Life, and then the 2 shows will rotate after.
yeah, I'm guessing throughout the 70th celebration. But if you're watching on YouTube, it looks really beautiful. I love the look of this. So
And Walt Disney Imagineering did put out a reel showing how they put it up there. So it was really neat. I don't think I put it in the chat. So they did put it up there.
peak, but if we don't make it there, you'll be catching it on the following Saturday, right?
Yeah. You cut out. I didn't hear any of that.
Yeah, sorry guys for the lag. I'm not sure. No, I was saying that we're hoping to see it on the 7th or the 15th, but a little sneak peek. But if not, you guys will be checking it out on Saturday, the following Saturday.
We will be checking it out for sure on Saturday. And hoping a sneak peek on that.
Yeah, this show's
it's already off the rails.
Yeah, sorry guys, this show's really choppy right now. So, but also one thing that we're getting looking forward to is the lobby, what they're doing, And we know like Walt Disney Archives is going to be putting stuff there, but we're also getting stuff from another famous location. So what's that?
Yeah, so they're packing up loans from the Walt Disney Family Museum. So we're going to have a bunch of Walt family objects. It says more than 30 objects from the museum, and they're going to be put into a exhibit around the Opera House, probably. Like while you're waiting, you can see them.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like that main little lobby area before where you see the model.
Yeah. It does say that a lot of these objects are. It did say that a lot of these objects are going to be on display for the first time outside of the Walt Disney Family Museum.
Yeah, and it's going to be called The Evolution of a Dream. That's the name of the exhibit. So, again, very excited for all this going on. But another thing that's that's touring around from San Francisco to LA, but we got another tour happening for another museum. So, what do we got going with that?
Okay, yeah. So Tiana is also going on tour. So she's gonna have her own exhibit in a multi-sensory experience inspired by music, food, and people of New Orleans. And this is going around children's museums. Well, at least it's starting at the Indianapolis Children's Museum. And it says, in collaboration with the Children's Museum of Indianapolis, Tiana's Joyful Celebration is a traveling exhibition that extends Princess Tiana's story to a fully immersive museum experience. Beginning March 7th, 2026, the exhibition will first launch at the Children's Museum of Indianapolis, and then starting in 2027, travel to 12 additional cities near you during a nationwide tour. So it is continuing the story that was put into Tiana's Bayou Adventure. And it says that in this magical adventure, Princess Tiana is celebrating her community by throwing a parade. Tiana's friends, critters included, have been working hard in Tiana's childhood neighborhood to prepare for the big day. But when the day arrives, they learn that their time slot begins earlier than anticipated and needs the entire community and critter friends to put the finishing touches on the floats to make it in time. Oh dear, I lost it. Okay. Guests will receive a call for assistance, learning Tiana needs help with decor, music, food, costumes, and more. Everyone must come together and contribute their unique talents, a bit of their special spice to pull the parade together on time. From music and crafts to cooking and community spirit, you'll be immersed in the diverse and vibrant world of New Orleans Mardi Gras celebrations as you help Princess Tiana. So that's what's going to go on in this exhibit that's going to go to 12 cities. It didn't say which 12 cities, but it's starting in Indianapolis.
Well, that's cool. And it's mostly children's museums. So, I mean,
that's what it sounds right. Yeah.
It sounds like something that should be seen at Disneyland and Magic Kingdom so people know what the story is that don't know. But
yeah,
I think it's really cool. So,
but I mean, just another thing that we're unqualified for that they're recruiting us for.
Exactly right.
Yeah, exactly right.
But I mean, if you can't make it to the parks, this should, continue the story as well.
Yeah, always cool seeing like Disney park stuff kind of go beyond the gates and walls and train tracks. So
yeah,
awesome. I mean, I know it's a children's museum, but I would totally check this out if it came in this area or down in your guys' area.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm. Which I bet that it'll come to the LA Children's Museum. I'm not sure. Like I said, they haven't said which ones, but
or maybe even the Bowers Museum. I know they've partnered with them before.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, very cool. So, and I love the artwork because you see some of that artwork by the entrance and stuff. So, Very cool. Well, let's hear from one of our good friends and fellow podcasts, but definitely, like I said, our good friends. We're in the park.
Hey fam, what scavenger hunt are you doing?
Well, we are doing Where in the Park.
Do you guys know Where in the Park? Because we do.
We do.
So how you play this is that they give you a deck of cards with an image on it, and you get to look around and see where in the park that is.
And they're fun. So if you like to find stuff, this is what you need to do.
The amazing game. We're in the park right here.
If you're a seasoned Disney park goers, as we are, it's a fun, challenging even for the hardcore Disney parks fan.
We have played the Where in the Park games that we felt like, ooh, we got
still
this
a
in
challenge.
the bag. Oh no, yeah, still a challenge, a fun challenge though, not an impossible challenge.
Check
Yeah,
them
really
out.
they get really close to details, and you're like, I have never even seen that. I don't even know.
Where in the park have I seen that?
The great thing about these is that they're not in attractions and they're out in the open places. It's meant for families to play.
Besides people who've been there a lot, it's fun for people that are new to the parks as well, because you catch some of those details that you would probably miss when you're first going.
So there's images that you are finding on one side of the card, and then the other has the hint and the answer that you can reveal if you choose to.
Before it was just the hint and the answer, but now if you really want the land,
it'll tell you
they'll
where.
give you the land for an extra hint. You guys can take as long as you wish without the hint.
Yeah.
Without the hint, it's hard.
But that's what makes it fun.
But they do not just do Disney parks, obviously. What other parks do you guys actually cover?
Universal and not all that good stuff.
East Coast, West Coast, and they're
Yes.
continuing to expand even more after that.
Check them out, whereinthepark.com, if you need to get some game packs. They are so much fun.
We appreciate We're in the Park.
They're awesome.
We love
Kevin and
that.
Amanda.
Get you some We're in the Park today.
Hell yeah.
Use promo code Walt's APT Podcast to save 10% at whereinthepark.com.
Yeah, we love We're in the Park. They don't love me right now with my internet. I think it's a little choppy. So once again, I apologize for that. But definitely check them out. Get yourself some game packs and cards, especially if you're headed down to the parks during this busy summertime season. But next on the
agenda.
So next on our topics, we got a little location for Monsters Inc., the roller coaster here. So this comes from Disney Food Blog. Monstropolis is headed to Disney's Hollywood Studios and will be taking over Grand Avenue. And just what we got a huge update thanks to a newly released map of the location. And this is where the first Disney suspended coaster is going to be, and it is massive. So once again, I'll be showing it. Check this out on our YouTube. But the building is going to be about 103,000 square feet, located mostly in the backstage cast member parking lot. And so we got a couple pictures here, and so it's hard. I can't really zoom in, unfortunately.
The next one they zoom in. The next one.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
That one.
So you can see most of the show building is out in the parking lot here. And you see these other buildings, and it's pretty huge compared to some of these over here. So to get an idea.
Is that the scare floor then right there in front of it?
What's past kiosk and so okay, so this is this building here. If you see the arrow, that's part of Galaxy's Edge.
Oh, okay.
Because I think it says X-Wing here.
Yeah,
and then it kind of goes around here. So
I'm just wondering where the facade is, because that's where the roller coaster is housed. But I know you're supposed to go in through the scare floor. So
which even with the queue at the Mike and Sully to the rescue is pretty amazing. That this is going to be next level.
Absolutely.
So
I'm super excited about it. I wanted to ride this roller coaster ever since I saw the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things that kind of wrote itself, or
Writes itself.
created
its own
itself.
story
Yeah.
there. But
Yeah.
one thing we do have, yeah. So, but sticking with the Walt Disney World, but moving over to Epcot, we got our first look at the test track. So, I'm going to cue the music off and keep the video going. But I love how retro this looks because it's like little retro futuristic what they're doing here. So the attraction officially opens on July 22nd, and there's huge changes. So in this new version, it says it's fun to be free. Yes, a nod to the World of Motion, one of the original attractions, and scenes of home major 90s interventions vibe. So a lot of stuff that's not at Epcot right now, but it says there's new ride smell when you're driving through the trees. You will smell the pine, and it really smells like a candle at Marshall's.
Nice.
All in the best way. So.
Yay!
But I'm excited.
Yeah,
It looks like it's still topped at 65 miles an hour.
yeah, and it does right now. It is annual pass holder previews. That's why people are writing it right now. So it is not open to the general public yet, but it has annual pass holder previews right now.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna get
well, that's okay.
New test track, then it looks cool. I like the retro vibes.
We will be able to ride it in when we go in December.
Yeah. Yay! Yeah.
Is it just really laggy or what?
This connection sucks.
Oh.
But yeah, I think we're all kind of frozen here. So,
we can say that going from Epcot or we could stay in Epcot right now, and Kelly can tell us what E to the Beat is.
Oh, okay. We could do E to
I heard
the
nothing. Yeah.
Well, they announced who's going to be at Eat to the Beat. They've got some returning acts and they've got some new acts. Of course, we've got Joey Fatone and friends, few NSYNC members, few boy band members, and we got Mercy Me, KT Tunstall, Toby Mac, Starship featuring Mickey Thomas, Belicios, Sheila E., Ben Rector's new, Tiffany, Jesse and Joy, the Baha Men, the Wanted 2.0 is new, Lefray, Hanson, Hoobastank, Smash Mouth, Big Bad Voodoo Daddy, Boyz II Men is always a crowd pleaser, David Archuleta, and then we've got 3 new ones. We've got Jordan Sparks, we've got Bowling for Soup, and the Beach Boys. And everybody's crossing their fingers for John Stamos' appearance for the Beach Boys. And Bowling for Soup is obviously the group that does the Phineas and Ferb theme song. So some great new acts joined to Eat to the Beat.
Yeah. I'm surprised that Jordan Sparks is on the...
Yeah, she's coming home to Disney and kind of like Virgin American Idol. I know she was on Fox, but coming.
She's also the godmother of the treasure, right?
Yeah, she is the godmother of one of the ships. I think it is is it the treasure?
I think it's the treasure. Or like she does the theme song. She sings the theme song. So that transition us into our cruise news, Kel. What's new?
Yeah.
Cruise?
Well, they've got their Halloween on the High Seas and their Very Merry Time Cruise offerings for 2025 available now to book. And they have 2 new decor options in the staterooms. And, you can get your onboard gifts and get a blanket and get some pillows. So they've got new decor for the Halloween cruises and the Merry Christmas cruises.
Yeah, I really like the pillow and the blanket. I got when we went on the Wish, I got us both the set, and I love it. So,
Yeah, and the Halloween ones, the little ghosty and the pumpkin is so cute.
mhm.
I wish that was on our Halloween cruise when we went
I
on our
know.
Halloween cruise.
I know. I think we booked it so last minute that they weren't offering it, or maybe they didn't have that. At least they didn't have that specific one when we went.
Or we didn't know about it because,
Yeah.
yeah, it was our first cruise, our Halloween cruise.
We should do another one.
Yeah, the decorations are really cool.
Yeah, they're really fun.
I like
It
the
looks
little
like
blanket.
yeah, and the pillow looks like the Loungefly backpack.
Yeah, so cute.
That's like
Well, nice. Well, once again, apologizing for the the connection. We're having some technical difficulties here. So, but who doesn't have technical difficulties is our good friends at Getaway Today. So, let's hear from them so you can book that awesome Disney Universal trip or cruise or an awesome trip to Alani.
It's been a great show so far, but who's ready for an ad break? Did you know that the best way to keep our shows going is by supporting our sponsors? So let's get to know more about the travel experts at Getaway Today. They've been helping to make vacation dreams come true since 1990. And whether you want to visit the happiest place on earth or to travel to Orlando for a most epic adventure, they are there to help. Are you trying to find out which hotel is your best option or which theme park tickets will work best for your visit? Are you concerned that you might need a last-minute change? No worries. Their travel experts will help you out. Looking to book a cruise but don't know where to start? Hey, they can help with that too. They will find the perfect cruise for your vacation, whether it's your first time or you're a well-seasoned cruiser. When you book your cruise with one of the Getaway Today experts, you will have a dedicated agent to help you every step of the way. They take care of the details so you can have the most fun. Getaway Today offers peace of mind travel, allowing you to cancel or make changes up to 72 hours before your trip. You will always have the most up-to-date vacation information, both pre-arrival and upon welcome. Getaway Today guarantees the best prices, with no hidden fees, and every time you book through Getaway Today, they will donate a portion back to a charitable organization in your area. And so far, over $4.5 million have been donated. So go ahead and dial 1-855-GETAWAY, that's 1-855-438-2929, and be sure to tell them that Walt's Apartment sent you. Or just click the link in our show notes for more information and the best deals to start your Disney, Universal Studios, or cruise vacation planning. What I'm trying to say is, if you like to travel, check out Getaway Today. Alright, so now it's time to get back to enjoying that view from Walt's apartment. Let's get back to the show.
Yes, definitely check out Getaway Today. Book that awesome trip. And you might want to use them to book an awesome trip to the UK because we got some amazing news just announced that Kelly is going to tell us about. So what is going on?
Well, yeah, Universal is just rolling out the news and getting all the new big theme parks out there with all the stuff they've announced with the Las Vegas and the Chicago Horror Nights all year round places, and then the Texas Kids theme park. We've got big news from across the pond. Universal has officially submitted its plan to build a brand new theme park and resort in the UK in Bedford. The project includes a full Universal theme park, hotels, shopping, dining, and a whole lot more, as we know from Universal. So they'll bring 28,000 new jobs and 50 billion pounds in economic impact. Universal just keeps rolling it out.
Well, it still needs to be approved, but yes, it'll be the first ever UK resort and one of the largest in Europe.
I'm sure it will be approved because of Epic and all the stuff that it is Universal's into right now.
Right, and plus they have the like Warner Brothers Harry Potter experience there from the studios. So like having a Harry Potter world right in their backyard is going to be a really big deal for them, I think. And also because I'm sure they'll probably put the Dark Forest there or something like that, or something from Fantastic Beasts. Uh, but yeah, I mean, if you go to Paris, you have a Disneyland Paris there, so we don't have anything Universal there at the moment, so why not?
Yeah, and this is a great idea too, because so many like iconic and historic movies from just even Star Wars and James Bond are filmed at Pinewood Studios. So
Yeah. Mhm.
this is amazing. This is really great news, I think. And I kind of shout out to the guys at the Jungle podcast. Sorry if it's still choppy again. So, but they were kind of talking about Universal and how one of the like the money Spielberg gets from Universal, because like they he signed this contract in the 90s, I think in 87, after Disney did Star Tours with George Lucas. So Universal wanted to up their parks, and Spielberg's like, oh, yeah, I'll put some money in it, but I want, you know, a, a certain percentage of ticket and food sales.
Okay, yeah.
So basically, he's getting 50 million a year, just extra money and they've tried to buy him.
Smart.
Oh yeah, and they've tried to buy him out, and he's like, no, I'm good. So
He's like, no, I like this. I mean, they even let him open Epic. I mean, like he was in the opening ceremonies, like at least his voice. I don't know if he actually went, but he did record something to open up that park. Like he's physically had his hand in everything Universal has done park wise.
If I was Steven Spielberg, I wouldn't sell it either. I think that's a pretty good deal. And like they wouldn't have the IPs that they have without him.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
So, do you think it's going to be a full on like Epic Universe theme park, or do you think they're actually going to use it as a studio? Being that, like I said, they got Warner Brothers and Pinewood. A lot of movies are filmed in the UK, so
I actually would love to see them use it as both, as like a Universal Studios Hollywood, where they have the massive rides and the where you feel like you're immersed in the movie, and then also have a backlot that is actually used, or have a backlot that is things that they have actually used. But yeah, I would actually like to see them combine it.
Well, yeah, because that would update the studio tour tremendously if they did that. They could have their own version of it.
yeah. And I wonder, I mean, like you said, I have friends that have been on the Harry Potter studio, like tour. They said that's just amazing. And being that Universal theme parks have Harry Potter or Wizard and World, do you think they're going to do like a collab, or they're not going to do for them not to have?
I don't know, because it does bring in revenue itself. Like it is a tour that they actively sell, and it is I mean, I know that like we've talked about it when we go to Europe, like, we want to spend some time in Walt Disney Paris, but and Disneyland Paris in both of those parks. But then also we wanted to go do the Warner Brothers studio tour. And I think a lot of people do that because then you can get Paris and London, in the same thing, in the same trip. So I think they might try and replicate it so that people don't have to go too far. But like, I don't know.
I think there's a difference between the Warner Brothers, because that is owned by Warner Brothers, and then the IP that they own at Universal, the movie IP. So I think they're going to have to replicate it. I don't think they're going to be able to use it. I don't think they're that close. Where's Bedford?
I don't know. And I don't know where the Warner Brothers studio is located.
That's what I'm looking right now.
I thought it was London, but I don't know how far away Bedford is from London.
Yeah. And I think that's two different companies, so I think they would have to replicate it. But and like I still think that like being on the actual sets on the Warner Brothers tour is going to be a draw for people. I don't think they're going to move those sets to a theme park. I just don't think that's going to happen.
No.
Yeah. So it says it's in the central part of England, which is about 51 miles north of London. So about an hour north, give or take.
Yeah, and I know that the cities aren't close together.
Yeah,
in Europe,
they're really
so
spread out.
it could be a long drive between the two. I don't know.
You could just jump on the tube. Who knows?
Right, but the right tube.
Yeah. Well, we're just cruising along here. Like I said, we had a lot of topics, but we kind of rushed through them because of my crappy internet, Indiana Wi-Fi here in Sacramento. So we are already in the quick trips, and we're going to start with sticking with Universal, but going back to Hollywood. We got a little bit of an update on Halloween Horror Night, and the reason why this is a quick trip is because I'm sorry, I'm showing the picture. I don't want to scare you ladies. I know we had some issues last week with Sam, but
you're good.
After we announced some of the houses that were coming to Florida, they announced some of the same houses coming to Hollywood,
Orlando.
Kind of like the Orlando, but it's the Ghosts of Latin America, which I think is going to be awesome. Like I said last time, all of us that kind of grew up in some of that little Latin culture, we all knew about the Kukui, and we were scared as hell of him. So they're going to have a kind of like
these are the
vampires.
ladies, which are even scarier.
Yeah. So that's going to be coming to Hollywood, and we're going to be getting some more news, I'm sure, for both parks coming up. And we had something else that was even kind of mentioned, but it went away quick, so we're not going to mention it now, even though I kind of teased it. My bad.
But we're going to get the full lineup. We're going to get the full lineup at Midsummer Scream when John Murdy does his panel at that convention. And he usually gives away all the rest of the houses that have not been announced yet. So.
Do you have a date for that?
August 17th is when their panel is. So it's that weekend. So it'll be mid-August before we will already be well on our way to Oogie Boogie. By the time we find out what houses are going to be at Halloween Horror Nights. So.
And I almost made a mistake of asking, like, what are you guys hoping or hopefully to see? But we know that's not going to happen. So
I will be safe in my room and watching them through the YouTubers.
Such as Elements of Fun, YT. There will be a video on there with just one of the elements.
You can only film in Hollywood. You cannot film in Orlando.
Well, very cool.
Unless you're on the media preview.
Yeah.
They usually let the media film it once.
Yes.
In Orlando.
Well, nice. Well, moving south of Universal, headed back to Disneyland, we got news. After 20 years, they finally replaced the cameras. Well, now they're going to do some more refurbishment on Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin. It'll be temporarily closed starting August 4th for an addition of a new show scene, updated vehicles, and other enhancements. And it will reopen next year. No dates given yet. So your last day to ride Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin will be August 3rd of this year. So pretty much exactly a month from recording.
Will we be getting the new haptic lights, though? That's going to be awesome if we are.
I know.
That would be.
Yeah.
So do you think with them, I know we've talked about it before in the past, do you think with them actually doing a refurb that kind of scratches the chance of getting a retheme or maybe a new? I know we talked about like it'd be a good Stitch ride or Heroes.
I know if they're going to be adding a new scene, I don't think a retheme is in the cards. I think maybe an update like the one in Orlando is more likely. But if they're working hard to update a scene, or put in a new scene, then I don't think a retheme's coming anytime soon.
Right. I agree with that.
Yeah, that makes sense. But sticking at Disneyland, but moving over to New Orleans Square, man, we really enjoyed relaxing at the Royal Street Veranda, the new sitting area in New Orleans Square. Glad we got to do that.
I
Because
know. We
what's
got to do it exactly one time.
And only because I ordered the shaved ice. And we needed the place to sit.
So
But it was
what's going
so fun. Well, it's closing and becoming a shop again.
Yeah. It's becoming a shop again. But apparently that we have some new Fantasmic merchandise that's going in there. So
Yeah, so
I liked it as a seating area better.
It was nice.
Yeah.
It was very nice.
It looked like you were in a jazz bar. It was like so cool.
Yeah. So my opinion, when they turned the Main Street Cinemas into a store for like a few days, that was a big fail.
Oh.
This was a win, in my opinion, and now turning it back into a store is a big fail, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why we need a store back. Like, we have so much merch that we can't put it in the stores that we already have. What's happening? We have a whole world of Disney. We have a whole we have the D-Lander. We have Marvel shops. We have all new shops in downtown Disney. Why do we need to take away a seating area? We need seats.
Yeah.
A whole
Especially
entire
in the
store just for Haunted Mansion, even.
I know. Yeah.
And they're gonna put Haunted Mansion stuff back in there, and Nightmare Before Christmas.
Well, Nightmare Before Christmas is still in the one shop that's there, or the Pirates is still in there. But
Pirates are next door to it, but then
yeah,
we just saw the racks. They've got Nightmare stuff still to put in there.
I just don't understand. Like, they just don't want you to sit down, but I need a good seat. I need to sit down, and especially at the Royal Street Veranda, that's a little hole in the wall, and it has like the bread bowls with like the clam chowder and the stew. Like, people are there all the time needing a place to sit.
And not
Like,
just a place to sit, but it's a place indoors.
Yes, with air conditioning, and I just thought it was nice. I vote to bring it back.
Oh no, me too. I enjoyed it.
I vote. Bring it back.
But speaking of the new merchandise, it could be back at the. I don't know if they're calling it the same thing or not, but they have a really cool Fantasmic hoodie and merchandise. It's a lot better than the actual show right now because the show's kind of.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't like this iteration of the show, but I like that hoodie and the shirt. So
yeah,
well, I mean, we haven't had much Fantasmic merch for the Disneyland Fantasmic. I know that Walt Disney World has had some, but we haven't had much Fantasmic merch.
Yeah, because I love this new design with Sorcerer Mickey. From the other one that was more
it
extensive.
glows in the dark.
Yeah. That looks like
Yeah,
kind of like
it's really
a body
fun.
pack. So, and plus we've gotten Halloween merchandise showing up.
Oh, are those ears?
Oh,
I like those ears.
So it looks like it says a Pumpkin King in the middle on the bow. That has the pumpkin.
Oh, those Nightmare Before Christmas ears?
Yeah, they're the Pumpkin King one.
Well, I know that they are starting to roll out the Halloween merch. They
And
definitely
it looks good this year.
yeah, they definitely have spotted some Halloween merch out in the park this week.
And the new
too,
Haunted Mansion line is so good because it looks like the ghost host, like the maids from the
Yeah, there's ears and there's a backpack and there's lots of wallpaper stuff, purple wallpaper print stuff.
Oh, I haven't seen the wallpaper, but
there's a whole line of stuff.
I've seen the
A whole line
maid
of stuff.
uniform stuff. So
Yeah, pretty cool. So,
and they have a
'cause it's July,
jersey.
Yeah.
So I was telling Courtney this last night. I like the look of the jersey, but I'm not a fan of the 3 numbered jersey numbers because it's not.
But it's 999
I know
goes.
626. It all works.
Yeah, but they could have done 63 when it opened.
Or 13
or
or something.
69. Yeah, I don't think they could do.
No, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. But I like the 999 happy haunts. because you're wearing it, so you're the 1000th.
Yeah, but it's not sports.
I know, but they're very into the baseball jersey right now. Everything is a baseball
I'm wearing
jersey.
my 70th one, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what is sports is hockey in Anaheim, and we're going to end with this little thing. I'm only throwing this in there because this is pretty cool. So the Anaheim Ducks, NHL had their draft, and this draft was awesome. They had celebrities announce the draft pick. So like Adam Sandler as Happy Gilmore announced Boston Bruins because that's the jersey he wears. Charles Barkley announced the Philadelphia Flyers draft. And so the Ducks, why not? They had Joshua Jackson and Marguerite Moreau from the Mighty Ducks movies, Charlie and Connie. They came out and actually did the draft for the Ducks' first pick. And this was awesome because they were like this was in LA at the Peacock Theater. And so they were actually live. Some of these other ones were via satellite and stuff. So I thought it was really cool because me and Courtney were kind of messaging each other as this happened. And so it was very cool. And the coolest part of it was the guy that they drafted with the number 10 pick. I'm pulling it up here on our YouTube was Roger McQueen. Yes, you heard that right. So the cool thing, and I'm just going to kind of skim through here. So the announcers kind of mentioned that he was at Disneyland with his parents just a few days before, and they literally helicoptered him from the arena straight to Disneyland. So he arrived from downtown LA to Anaheim before the first round was even over. So they did not mess around with getting him into the whole Disney thing here. And so they had his jersey. You see him being whisked away. Yeah. So and another cool thing was he met another famous McQueen. First, there's another picture though where he actually was with Donald Duck first in front of the castle.
Yeah, because it's the Duck.
And then they whisked him over. Yeah. So they whisked him over to Cars Land to meet Lightning McQueen. So I thought that was super awesome. But something that got even more awesome, I'm just scanning up here. So first of all, here's a picture with him and Donald in the castle. So.
I love that picture. That's cute.
Yeah, such a great picture. But they were just totally milking this whole thing with him at Disneyland, which is super awesome. Can't wait for Ducks Day at the park next year, 2026. But yeah, it's gonna be super awesome. But he actually did it. He did the thing. He went with number 95. So that is going to be his number when they take the
So
ice.
he better be lightning.
He
better be like lightning. Like he better score all the things.
That is awesome. That's how you know you have a true Disney fan right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to get a lot of ka-chows and
I want them to put up the ka-chow every time he takes the ice. Go ka-chow.
Or makes a goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they'll have those, where were the girls? The McQueen, kind of.
Oh, yeah.
But so I thought that was just awesome because, I'm more of a Sharks fan. Courtney knows that, but I really got into the Ducks. Ducks have always been my number 2 team, but really got into them, at Disneyland. We're with Julie and Richard and Sarah and James. And then, going to the D23 game and stuff. So the fact that their first pick was McQueen, and he went with number 95. I think that's just super awesome. So,
oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, how could he not?
Oh yeah. And even like the Ducks Twitter, they posted the picture and like he did it. He did the thing. And they had the jersey. So it was super cool. So just thought I'd end the show with that. Now that we actually got good connection towards the end of the show. I apologize.
Yeah, I think it sounds better now, but hopefully you can make it through it.
It's the way the satellite goes here, but yeah, I hope you guys have a safe 4th of July. The show will be out probably after the 4th, but if I see one more post of put out milk and cookies for Captain America, I'm gonna throw my phone on the wall. So.
I haven't seen that post.
Oh yeah, no, it was a running joke ever since Captain America got put out. Like,
Yeah.
leave milk and
Okay.
cookies for Captain America because
I guess I'm not on that side of social media.
But I hope you guys, thank you, ladies. It was a fun show. Next week, me and Courtney will not be on the show. We will be on my
on
first
our way
stream.
to Cabo.
That's not
Yeah.
in the jungle. But Sam and Kelly will be holding it down with better Wi-Fi connection, even from
Hopefully.
Indiana Wi-Fi. So, but then we'll be back shortly with probably a cruise trip report. So that'll be fun. But we will see you guys next time. And man, I think that the next time we'll actually you guys will have a trip report from the Walt animatronic. So
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
that's
Okay.
gonna be awesome.
I'm
So,
excited.
Yes, so excited.
I'm hoping. But we will see you guys next week, and can't wait to do this again. So good night, everybody.
Good night.
Maybe.
Switch on the sky.